Hello YouTube community, this is Sammy from California with how to work with Createx and Auto Air colors. I painted this model with pearlized Createx magenta color, and then I applied Auto Air color magenta on top of that, and this is a transparent color. As you can see, it's very shiny, and so I'm going to go through the process of how I did this. First, I started by sanding the body. I started with 400 grit sandpaper, then I used 600, and then 1500. After it was smooth and got rid of all the mold lines and any other imperfections, I cleaned it up with this product here, grease and wax remover. After it dried, and I used air to dry it just to do it a little faster, I primed the body, and I used Duplicolor primer 2-in-1. You can use any primer that you like. And then after I let the primer dry, I dry sanded it with 1000 grit sandpaper. And then again, I came back with a grease and wax remover and removed all the grit off the body. Make sure it was nice and clean. Then I went to apply the Createx pearlized color. It's a magenta. And this one you have to mix. You have to use, oh no, wait a minute. Before I did that, I'm sorry, I applied the silver base, a sealer. Okay, this is an Autoborn, and that one basically just goes on. Let's see, do you have to apply? You have to mix it. I'm sorry, you have to mix this with the 40-30, which is this one. Okay, and that's a 9-to-1 ratio, and then you reduce it with a 40-12, which is this one. And just so you know, you reduce it probably like 9-to-1, I guess. So you basically just add a little bit, just so it flows through your brush. Let it sit for about 10 minutes before spraying, and the sealer will dry in about 60 minutes. I used 25 psi, applied I think 2 or 3 coats, and I wait about 5 minutes between coats, and I use a hair dryer to help dry the time. I used a 0.5 millimeter needle, and then after that was dry, and I think I let it dry for a day, but I think you can do it even before that. You have to come back and clean the body with the grease and wax remover again. All right, let it dry, and then you'll apply the pearlized Createx. Now this one is mixed with a 5618 airbrush cleaner, and that's about 25% volume. And then I used 40 psi. I applied 2 to 3 coats, and I allowed about 5 minutes to drying time between coats. And again, I use a hair dryer to help quicken the process. Then after that, one thing you got to remember with this paint, if you get a little speck of dirt or whatever on it, you basically can't do much. So what you got to do is, what I did anyways, I took some 1000 grit sandpaper, and I lightly sanded off any of the the little bits of paint or dirt or grit, whatever got on it, and then I have to basically respray the body on that area mostly, and it makes a big difference, because if you start putting clear coats and stuff on top of this, you just won't get those specks out. So after I did that, I applied, I wanted to try their clear coat, and I used this. This one you gotta mix with a 40-30, which is let me see, this one right here, and you mix it 10 to 30% per volume, and you reduce it with a 5601, which is which one is it? This one right here, 5601, transparent base. Let's see what else. I used 40 psi, and after the paint was the clear coat was dry, and I let it dry for a day, but it probably could, you could probably start doing anything with it sooner, but I let it dry for a day. I applied that decal that I showed you, and then after the clear coat was dry, I let it like I say for about a day to dry. I let's see, I cleaned the body before the next step. So again, I used the grease and wax remover. Then I applied the candy coat, which is this one right here, and it's a magenta color, and it's definitely transparent. As you can see, that decal didn't get the paint didn't go over it and disappear or anything. You can still see it. You have to mix it with the 40-30 again, and it's a 9-to-1 ratio. You reduce it with the 40-12, which is was it this one? Yes, you reduce it with this one, 40-12, or the W500 high performance reducer. Okay, and it's like 25% per volume. I applied 2 to 3 coats, let dry between each coat for like 5 minutes, and again I use a hair dryer to help dry faster. The PSI was 30. All right, after I let this dry for a day, I applied a clear coat, and I used the let me get it here, hold on. I used Rust-Oleum crystal clear enamel. I put 1 coat, and then I came back and applied a 2nd coat. But you can use whatever clear coat that you want. After the clear coat was dry, I wet sanded it using this product. It goes from 000 grit to 12,000 grit. And I cut them into little pieces. I use a little piece instead of the big pad. This is a wet sand. So then after that, I buffed it with Novus products. I start with the 3, and then I use the 2. And after that, I waxed it. I used this product, but any wax, the auto wax would probably work just as fine. Then after it was waxed, I cleaned it with the Novus plastic clean and shine, because with a wax a lot of dust gets on it, so that cleans it off and keeps it shiny. So that was the process. I mean, it's a lot of work to this, but in the end, you get a really nice product, and they have a lot of nice colors, and that's why I wanted to try it. And like I say, if you want a nice, shiny, different color than the testers or any other product that's there, I've tried the gravity colors, and they're nice, but I just can't get the same color like this. This is amazing. I'm just surprised how shiny it is. So anyways, I hope this helps, because I know I had a hard time finding how the mixtures, what to mix, what needle to use, the PSI, and didn't know anything about using this grease and wax remover. And believe me, that stuff doesn't do any harm to the paint or the body or anything. It's a great product. So anyways, I hope this is helpful. If you like it, please comment. If you don't, let me know. And if you used it this products before, let me know, because I've asked around and I just couldn't find any information. So everyone, I hope you like this, and you guys all have a nice day.